Hello Pisces, and welcome to my channel. I am going to do your reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. Also, this is a timeless reading, so this is for whenever you feel drawn to hear this message. All right, so let's see what's going on with Pisces. All right, we have the Four of Pentacles, we have the Hermit, we have Judgment, and we have the Empress. We have the Page of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords, Nine of Wands, Page of Swords, and the Magician. I feel like you are going through a transformation. Let me see, last Friday morning on my community page, I posted a quote, and it was saying how a butterfly has to spend a season alone as the caterpillar, and then they're transforming, so they have to spend that season alone in order to transform and to move on, and to not feel that that season alone is a bad thing, but it is a good thing because it brings out transformation. That's the gist of what it was saying. I can't remember the exact words, but basically I feel like that's you in this reading here. It's that time that you are spending alone. This is your current energy, and then this is what I feel the energy is to come. And I feel that now is that time to be by yourself, to work on things, to find those things that are standing in your way, and to work on those, on how you can get over those things, to not let those things block you, to not let those things stand in your way, and to look within to find those solutions in order to get past those blockages. Because maybe sometimes those things that are in your way are holding you back too much, that are preventing you from achieving other things. And having that time alone is a good thing, to sort through things, to let go of things, to learn and to grow and to evolve within yourself. And then we have the Judgment, which is eye-opening, a renewal, a revival. And then we have the Empress, which represents growth, and I feel that that also represents transformation and evolving, because you have spent this time alone. I don't feel that this is a negative thing. Maybe this may be what you're going through now. This may be in the immediate future, to where this is what you need to do in order to sort these things out, to be able to become stronger. For future energies, we have the Page of Cups, and that's about feeling emotionally better, feeling stronger. We also have right next to that, which he's looking right at the Ace of Swords, and that is about becoming stronger and getting past situations and moving on situations and being able to conquer things. Having that realization, having that realization that, yeah, these things were holding me back, and I needed to take that time to myself to work through things and feeling stronger. Yes, you may feel tired, and doing emotional work is very tiring, and it is very draining, but I also feel that it's also uplifting. And I feel like with this Page of Swords, you're like, I'm not going to stand for things that don't work for me anymore. I'm not going to put up with things that are not positive, that are not in my best interest. I feel that that's what that Page of Swords represents, is that you're not taking it anymore. You're not dealing with it anymore. And you're not going to be in that negative energy anymore, and to have those things hold you back. For overall energy, we have the Magician, and that is about taking things into your own hands. How he has his hands up here. And then this is the infinity sign, which represents individual empowerment and everlasting love. And I feel like that has to do with being strong for yourself and loving yourself and making those choices and those decisions that work best for you, and taking that into your own hands and seeing those things that you need to do, that you need to take control of. Sometimes, it's almost like sometimes we're our own worst enemy, because we're our own best friend, but yet we're our own worst enemy, because sometimes in our mind, if something triggers us and we start to go to the negative, it's like we keep beating ourselves up for something, and then we keep telling ourselves all of these negative things. I mean, you may or may not do this, but if you do, it's like, why am I beating myself up about this situation? I should be supporting myself. I should be my own best friend, that I should be, lifting myself up. And sometimes we go to where we start tearing ourselves down, and maybe that's something that you do, or you put yourself into situations where it's a negative situation, and it's like, okay, I have to be my own best friend, and I have to say, what would I tell my best friend if they were in this situation, and what would I tell them in order to move on from this situation, and to help them, and to encourage them to move on from the situation, and that they can get past it. And as I was saying, with us beating ourselves up, it's like, okay, it's time to catch ourselves and say, you know what, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to do this to myself. I'm not going to tear myself down. This is what happened. I'm not going to let myself get overly emotional about this. I'm not going to, go into that dark zone and say all of this negative stuff about myself. I'm going to stop myself there, and I am going to turn that to be my best friend instead of my worst enemy, if that makes sense. Sometimes that's what we have to do, is we have to take things into our own hands, and we have to learn how to control our own thinking and our own perspective, okay? Emperor is somebody who is strong, somebody who has that clarity, somebody who does take control of situations, okay? Taking control of this situation if we are going to the negative, or if we do find ourselves blocking energy and keeping to ourselves too much, if we know that that is not a positive thing. Sometimes we need that alone time to sort things through and to work through things and to recharge, but sometimes we know that when the time alone has been too much, that it's time to move on, it's time to make some change, it's time to get out of this atmosphere, okay? Queen of Swords, somebody who perseveres, somebody who pushes through, somebody who's been through some really difficult times, but she is ready to move on from those things and to take on the next thing, but feeling stronger and more capable. Justice, things falling in your favor, balancing, like I said, balancing that worst enemy to best friend kind of thinking inside, to where it's, that it's more balanced, that it's of course it's better to be more on the best friend side where we're always looking out, but if it's feeling more like it's the worst enemy side, that it's like, okay, we need to straighten that out, we need to balance that out, we need to make sure that, okay, yeah, I can be frustrated with myself because this happened, but not letting that go too far. All right, looking out for your own best interests. Look at that. The 10 of Cups. I feel that doing this work helps you to get to that 10 of Cups energy, that cozy feeling, that warm feeling, that safe feeling, that you have your own back, and that brings in growth, and that brings in those learning lessons, and that evolving, and that helps you to feel more comfortable that, okay, when situations go wrong, that I'm not going to stay in that energy as long. Maybe before it was like a whole week of feeling miserable, but now you've gotten it down to where it's only a few days, and then maybe you can get it down to where it's only a few hours, or it's just a brief moment, and then you move on from it. It's kind of something that you have to train yourself to do. All right, the 9 of Swords, not worrying about things that you can't control, okay? Not worrying about those things that, putting yourself in that energy of where you can't control the situation. If it's, sometimes when we listen to a lot of negative news, it's almost like we take on the weight of of the world on our shoulders, and it's like, well, I can't do anything about it. But if you're surrounding yourself by that energy, you know, if it's a person or just the news, you know, some negative energy or whatever that is, and kind of realizing, okay, I need to get myself away from that. And I feel like, you know, this is kind of the negative and the positive here. It's like, okay, I need to get myself away from this Nine of Swords, and I need to look more towards the Page of Cups as to those things that make me feel light, those things that make me feel happy. And that helps me to keep me focused in a positive energy. All right. We have the Nine of Pentacles is that those rewards, that rewarding feeling that you are not in this Nine of Swords, but that you are in this Page of Cups. And those rewards and feeling like you can accomplish things and you can get past things and you're not staying in that energy. I feel that that's what's coming in for you, because you're like, yeah, like I did it. Like I did that alone time. I figured out what was going on. I have my plan. I'm feeling stronger. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling more balanced. And I'm heading towards, I know that I want to head towards this Ten of Cups energy. Okay, the world, having it all, success and victory. There's some beautiful energies coming in for you. There is a lightness. There is a happiness. Like, yes, you've been through a lot. Yes, you have, but it's been a lot of growing. It's been a lot of learning, okay? It is the Eight of Pentacles. I love this one. Is you're not going to take it anymore. This is a new way of thinking for you. This is some new perspectives coming in for you. That you're not going to take it. That you're not going to hold yourself back. You're not going to deal with energy that is negative, that is hurtful. You'll acknowledge it, and then you will move on from it, because I feel like you've becoming stronger. Like I feel like this, the way he's looking there, he's like, I'm not going to take it. Bring it on. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to have it. And the Eight of Pentacles is a new way of looking at things, a new way of doing things. Like he's looking through the book and he's learning, and he's trying to change things up, like a new way of doing things, and saying that, yeah, I'm not going to take it anymore. Look at that. Overall energy, you got magician. The magic, okay, the magic, believing in the magic, taking things into your own hands, taking control of a situation, okay, with the hands reaching out, okay. Believing in yourself that you can take control of this, not leaving it up to other people. Sometimes we put too much on other people and we expect them to do things for us, but we really have to take control of the situation ourselves. We have to take control of what's going on and be in charge of our own destiny and our own life that we are creating. And we have to make those tough choices and those hard decisions and choose what is best for us. All right, let's get an animal oracle card to close it out. I always say on my channel is that I want to be your cheerleader. I want to be there to give you those messages, to support you, to help you, to give you that outlook, to push forward, to want better in your life, to want to enjoy, to get up each day. I started getting into tarot probably, I would say like 6 or 7 years ago. And I was definitely going through some difficult times. And tarot for me, those messages were positive, and they gave me that energy and that strength to get through my day. I was like, okay, it was a positive message. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be okay. And that was sort of my therapy to help me get through those difficult times. And sometimes I would save the ones that were especially meaningful to me, and I would listen to those whenever I was feeling down or I was feeling frustrated, and I would re-listen to those, and I'm like, yes, it's going to get better, it's going to get better. And sometimes they gave me information on how to look at things from a different perspective, and that's why the Hangman is my favorite card, because I like being able to step back and look at things from a different perspective. I think that's very important, and I've learned that over the years. And that's what I want to do, is I want to help, even if I just help one person, to be their cheerleader and to say that yes, things are going to get better, but maybe we need to look at things from a different perspective and work on our own. You know, are we our worst enemy or our best friend? And what are those things that we can do to balance that out and to change and to work towards that 10 of Cups? And to have those rewards and feel in a lighter, better place and feel stronger about ourselves, that we're making decisions that are best for us. And sometimes there's things that we have to change up, but it's about taking things into our own hands and being strong and for ourselves. But that I also love being able to give these messages out, and if that helps someone to become stronger and be more positive and to push forward, that's my goal. All right, Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusion. Being truthful to yourself about what's really going on. Am I my own worst enemy, or am I my own best friend? Really taking accountability for our own actions and not putting that on other people. I feel like that also represents the Magician there, like taking control of a situation and being accountable for our own actions. And what are we doing to ourselves? You know, are we looking out for ourselves, or are we holding ourselves back? But just something to think about. Not saying that you do or don't do that, but it's always something to think about. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.